Hey guys, this is Danger Zone, and yesterday I flew maybe a dozen duels against the Chief again, and I figured that I would post one. This is probably the most entertaining one that I had, and maybe out of about a dozen times, probably downed me, I think, maybe 10. So you're getting the creme de la creme of Danger Zone flying here. But this is how the duel started. Typical MMN to begin. And I will say that I've changed some track IR settings to make the camera a little more sensitive, just so I can look around. I was really having issues looking back. Obviously, the two of us here came at each other and took a few shots. Luckily for me, it wasn't the best firing angle, and he shot to my left. But if you notice here, basically what I did, coming straight at him, I did another Immelman to try to get a little more energy buffer between the two of us. As you can see when I look back, he's coming around kind of horizontally, and this is something that I was doing yesterday quite a bit, trying to keep almost all my turns vertical, and he had noticed. In fact, at one point he told me that I was constantly flying in space compared to him. But I guess when he watches this, he'll see what I was doing to stay so much higher than him. So, you're welcome in advance. But here, basically, we're circling each other several times, and basically trying to get behind each other. He does a pretty good job here. And this is another thing that he did to me several times yesterday. He went into this almost like a downwards horizontal spin, which, looking back at it, I probably should have just stayed high. But as you saw there, I got some pretty good shots. No hits, but I was able to stay even on the inside of that turn. I'm not really sure how I pulled that one off, but those are some tight turns. And then, because I had picked up some speed, I shot back up and try to maintain that energy buffer again. Now, remember that when we're flying here, those markers that go around the plane, they're not actually there in the game. I just have them on so it's easier to track the other plane. When you watch the video, it's just as hard to spot a plane as it is playing, and I'd say that this is the most difficult part of flying, is actually spotting the other planes. When you can't see the other plane, you can't find the other plane, then you have no idea where to shoot. And you'll see a little further in this video that I have that issue a bit coming up. In fact, that time I did a loop. I wanted to come down on him, and when I did the loop, I should have been in perfect position, and I couldn't find him again after the loop. So I lost the opportunity. So here, I'm trying to climb, left-hand spiral climb, just trying to increase that energy buffer. And I'm just looking around. I don't see him. And now he appears on my 6. But I still don't see him because I can't see through the fuselage. So you guys know he's back there, but I don't. And I think maybe right there I spotted him. So, yeah, I spotted him. So I come around, try to come down pretty hard, and I'm able to turn around. He's far enough away. He's far enough away for me to really line up on him. Fortunately for him, he sees me as well. We start this back and forth circling once again. And this is basically the theme for the rest of the fight. We're trying to get behind each other and you know, make these horizontal turns, keeping some vertical in there so that we're not losing all of our energy. And here it comes. We almost, I don't know if we collided a bit or what. We were actually talking about it yesterday and trying to figure out whether we collided or not. So here's another angle of it coming through, and maybe somebody can shed some light on this. But I fired right as he was coming under me. So it's possible that the only thing that happened was that I shot him, but it was so close. I think he actually told me that it looked like my wing went through his cockpit. You'll see it here. So right as he's coming underneath, I start shooting. And he broke up pretty good. I'll give you one more angle so you can see exactly what it looks like. Here it is, he's coming around. And he loses his wing. Plane flies apart. And down he goes. One of my few victories of yesterday. So of course I gotta post it, right?